Project Milestone demo video for the group of Spencer Faith and Brett Koppelman. So currently on the screen there are 4 terminal windows. The top 2 are on General 5 and the bottom 2 are on General 4. The top left will run the programs for the server and the other 3 will run the client program. First we'll compile the code for the server. We'll run its makefile, and we can ignore these errors, and then we will also compile the client. Now that all 3 are compiled, we can run the executables. So we can start running the server on port 7100, and it will respond that it is listening at this port. Now we can run the client executable at this IP address that the server is running on and at the port that it is listening at. And we'll do that for each client. So now the client is currently waiting for the commands, and just to demonstrate that there are no users registered at the moment, we'll run the query handles, and it will say, the client will say the number of users is 0, and how it gets this, to explain the process a little bit. The server receives the string query handles, recognizes it, and understands that it's a query request. It processes the request and then returns the string 0, which is the number of users registered, and then the list of the users' handles, which of course is currently empty. Now we'll demonstrate registering some users to the server. So we'll register the user Bobby on this, and in our design we decided to assign each user 3 ports, so we give 3 port numbers, and it will respond that this register was successful and this user will now be registered in the application. Now we'll register someone else, Jeff, on this user program at 3 different port numbers, and this was also successful. Now we can register Carl over here at the same IP address and also give it its own set of unique ports. This was successful as well. So now we can see the query handles command will return these 3 users instead of the 0 that we saw earlier. Now we can demonstrate running the follow command. So let's say Bobby wants to follow Carl, and Bobby also wants to follow Jeff. So you can see the responses from the server and the client. This was a successful follow attempt. Now we can say Jeff wants to follow Carl and Carl wants to follow him back. So also to demonstrate, if Carl tried to follow Theo, a non-existent user, this would return a failure because this user does not exist on the server. Now we can demonstrate running some drop commands. So Bobby no longer is Jeff's friend. He wants to unfollow Jeff. Bobby can unfollow Jeff with this command, and Bobby will have successfully unfollowed Jeff. Now Bobby wants to unfollow Jeff wants to unfollow Carl. So now Jeff has successfully unfollowed Carl. So, now we can demonstrate exiting all of the users from this Twitter application. Shall I say tweeter? So let's exit Bobby. And he has exited the application, and we can see this running the query handles command. It is now just Carl and Jeff on the app. Now we can unregister Jeff. Check again. Carl is the lone man remaining. Query handles again, and now we're back to 0 users. So this will conclude the, no, it won't. I will terminate these. And then also terminate the server. And now this will conclude the socket project milestone demonstration. Thank you.